Have you noticed, folks, that nothing seems to come with an owner's manual anymore? I mean, apparently we should just all naturally intuit. We should just know how washing machines and smartphones and coffee makers and computers work. The theory is you just spend enough time with it, you're just going to know. And if all else fails, what do? Reboot. Now, for those of you who aren't tuned into the computer lingo, rebooting just lets you start over. It's like, well, you hope that whatever it was that you pressed that you weren't supposed to press or didn't press that you should have, or whatever you moved that you weren't supposed to move, well, you shut it off, you unplug it, it just goes away and it's back to good as new. It's my favorite feature. This week, I had an especially frustrating moment, and I found myself having the same thought about love. Because in theory, right, we should just be able to love, right? God designed it for us. We were created and made in the image and likeness of God. Therefore, we should just naturally know how to love. Intuition should get us there, in theory. And yet, from the very first days of Adam and Eve, salvation history records our failures and God's creative attempts to get us back, fix things. Abraham and Sarah gave us a new covenant. Moses actually brought the owner's manual. Love God, love your neighbor, don't kill each other, don't take what is yours, right? The prophets taught us that loving our neighbor means that we also have to love the poor and the forgotten, a teaching apparently that's easy to forget. But finally, I don't know, maybe out of frustration or by God's design, divine wisdom, God said, let me show you. And Jesus, God, came into the world to teach us how to love as God had always intended us to love from the beginning. And in that same divine wisdom, God said, and I will never leave you alone again, but rather I will dwell within you. I am going to place that intuitiveness within each and every one of you. Love itself entered the human story. God chose to dwell with us always. And that is the fundamental dimension of Christian love. And it is to that dwelling place of Christ within us, where we have to go when we get it messed up. It's our place to reboot. Because the love that God calls us to, the love of the risen Christ, is not about feeling good, although if we do it well, we might. It's not about falling in love, although if we love as Christ calls us to love, it may actually keep us in love. It's not about choosing who we love, as if some people deserve that love and others do not. It's not about hoping we get loved in return, because love that's dependent upon being loved in return is not really love at all. The love of Christ, the love that we are called to by God, the love that God intended us to know from the very beginning, is this sacrificial love, this love that always wills the good of another. It is humanity at its best. It's about loving those who we disagree with and loving those who can't or never will love us in return. The love of Christ is revealed to us in loving those who have hurt us until we can find a place to forgive them, about loving those who have offended us until we can find that way to make peace. Loving Christ as we have been called, loving as Christ has called us to love, it's about loving from the gut. Not from the heart, because our hearts are too fickle. Not from the mind, because, well, we go into our heads. We're going to get it messed up one way or the other. Loving requires us to just continually get back in touch, to stay in touch with the risen Christ that is within us. in that place that is so deep, so ingrained, so central to who we are and how we were created that it cannot leave us. So when love gets complicated or compromised, as it did for me this week, when love gets buried under politics or policies, when we get so frustrated that we want to just give up on it, it's time to reboot, to go to that deepest place within us where love always dwells and where God and only God can make all things new.